Hello everyone and a warm welcome to this English Stars lesson review. This was from English Stars on Wednesday, the 3rd of January. Okay, let me share with you now. So I'm not going to edit this video. This is just going to be an uncut video, just going through everything that we did. So we started off with a couple of riddles. Pause the video if you want to have a go of doing those, and I will reveal them at the end of the video. Then we had a go of identifying warning road signs. So we see warnings all around us in life, and we were looking at some road signs. Some of them are a little bit trickier, like this one's not just what it seems. It's not just deer. It actually warns about wildlife in general. So that was kind of fun to have a go of those. Then we focused on looking at speech marks, or inverted commas, as they're sometimes called, or 66 and 99. And we talked about the importance of the speech marks going around exactly what is said by the person and actually outside the punctuation as well. So let me just grab my pen and I can show you quickly. This is not a teaching video. This is just a little review lesson. So just around here. And we keep that exclamation mark inside the 66 and 99. That's important, and sometimes people forget to do that. And then importantly as well, we don't get a capital letter. It just stays as lowercase after that. Okay, and if we weren't going to use an exclamation mark here, so say we were going to have Amy just saying it, not shouting it, then we wouldn't have a full stop. It's a bit different. You just have a comma at the end there. That's sometimes something that catches people out. Have a look in any book that you've got close to you. If you've got somebody talking here, it doesn't end with a full stop. It ends with a comma, and then it is a lowercase here for said or answered or asked or whatever the word is. Good. Okay, so then the children had a go using some GIFs. I like using GIFs in lessons because they're kind of fun. So I had a go of thinking about what this person, Homer Simpson, might be saying here, who might be calling to the cat and what they're saying to the cat. Can the children get their inverted commas in exactly the right place? And then again with Snoopy here. Okay, right, for the next part then, we focused on our plan from last lesson. Lots of the children had their plans with them, which was good. So we did a rough plan last time of our opening, our build up, our problem, our solution, and our ending. There is a previous video that I can link in the description below that takes you to that if you're still doing your plan. Okay, so for this part then, I wanted to show you this because it's quite nice actually. Lots of authors here, this is really important. Lots of authors talk about the importance of being able to picture your story or your setting in your head. And a good way of doing this is just to sketch it out and kind of bring it to life on your piece of paper. So right now on a plain piece of paper, if you're doing this lesson review and you're thinking about your setting and your danger, I want you just to have a go of sketching it out. Now the children had all different kinds of settings. We talked about a forest, a canal, we had mountains, we had building sites, caves, somebody did a power station. So lots of different settings, and then also lots of different dangers within those settings. So have a go on your piece of paper, just sketching out your setting and your danger. You might even want to label your picture. So for example, down here, you might have a small detail. We talked about this in the last lessons, actually, a little detail on the floor that you might want to pick out. So we had a crisp packet being blown into the hedge, or like somebody finding a key on the floor. So you might want to label your small detail here. You might want to label your danger or anything else in your setting. And it's also important at this point to point out the weather as well. Now I know the danger here is the twister, is the weather itself, but we talked about the pathetic fallacy and having the weather as a warning or a premonition, a foreshadowing of something kind of a bit ominous going to happen, something a bit dangerous. So a lot of the children decided to have rumbles of thunder in the distance, or flashes of lightning, or the wind blowing, something like that. So if you have trees and branches kind of swaying in the build up with the wind, you might want to label those as well. Okay, so good. Don't be afraid ever to draw in an English lesson. It's a really good thing to do. Good, okay, and then we moved on to having a go of writing the opening. So this is where children were kind of flicking back and looking at their plan. This was the beginning of our model text. We've read it a few times, so you can pause the video if you need to read this. And we talked about it opening with these, with speech, and why that's like a good starter. It's a good way to start. Okay, so we've got our 66 here and our 99, our inverted commas. And we've got a little sentence that Mum's saying. She's warning the main character. The main character is not listening and saying that their mum worries too much. So the children needed to change this up for their setting. So it's always good to have a little instructions of what you need to do to follow. So they had to open their story with speech, have two characters, so their main character who's going to get into trouble and somebody doing the warning. It can be mom, it could be somebody else, it could be dad, it could be a teacher, it could be somebody else, an uncle or anyone else. And this is the kind of part now where we're just going to introduce that setting, that dangerous place. Don't go playing near the abandoned gas station. Don't go playing on the mountainside. Yeah, this is where we're going to introduce it. So have a go. You can stick really closely to this text. So you could have, now, Amy, don't go playing in the cave. My mum had warned me often and off. It's dangerous. Was I listening to her? Of course I wasn't. Most days after, and we talked about having something different instead of school. Most days after band practice, after gym club, that's exactly where I went, straight to that cave. Mum worries too much. Okay, and that's all we did really. So we just started to get the first part written down and focused on getting those speech marks correct. And also remembering that when we have a new speaker, we go on to a new line. So have a go. Feel free to send me your work. If you're in the group, you can do that. If you would like to join the lessons and you've watched this lesson review, the link is in the description below. It's my Ko-fi page. You can pay to be a member. It's really cheap. And hopefully, if you do that, then I will see you in class next week. Well done. See you later. Bye.